You know, they're never going to find a cure for the common cold. And you'll notice if you go into the drugstore and you look at the things that are supposed to be for colds, it'll say, we can suppress the symptoms of your cold. Well, if you've got liquefied mucus in your body that your body's trying to throw off, and you come to me as a naturopath and you say, Michael, I have this terrible cold, please help me. Guess what? I'm not going to say, oh, poor you, you have a horrible disease. I'm going to rejoice with you and say, good for you. What that says to me is your body is vital enough, your energy system is vital enough to be throwing off what doesn't belong in it. Great. Now, what I'm going to assist you to do, instead of stuffing that snot back in there, which is basically, you know, pardon the French, but that's what happens when you say suppress the symptoms of your cold, instead of stuffing it back in and creating more of a dis-ease condition, I'm going to, as a naturopath, recognize the vitality of your structure and give you some instructions on how to accelerate the release process, open the eliminative channels, and make it easier. For instance, if there's impacted mucus in the lung or the colon or anywhere in the structure, I'm going to suggest that you get some lemons or limes, fresh and organic if you can, in not tap water. There's so many toxic chemicals. You know, chlorine gas was made to kill people. Fluoride was first used in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany to keep people docile. Farmers used fluoride to keep their bulls docile. If you put those substances in your body, it kills parts of the brain. And chlorine gas was designed to kill. It wasn't designed to heal. And in fact, there are several physicians, medical doctors even, who are saying that the #1 killer in our country, which is heart disease, why is it so prevalent? You know, 100 years ago, it wasn't a big deal. Heart attacks were rare. Why is it the #1 killer? Well, according to several MDs, they're saying that the reason is because the chlorine deteriorates the arterial structure and destroys the body. And the primary cause of those heart attacks and the damage that scars the arteries, that leaves the plaque. The plaque isn't an enemy. The plaque is trying to heal over the scars caused by the poisonous chlorine. So you want to use a good quality of filtered pure water with a lemon squeezed in it. Add a little bit of honey or maple syrup, just enough to balance it. If you have blood sugar problems, use Tupelo honey. Tupelo honey is a slow digesting honey that doesn't tend to spike the way that sugar does. And so honey and fresh lemon and as much cayenne pepper as you can stand. What will happen is that cayenne pepper will go in and it will break the mucoprotein bonds that hold that mucus in its solidified state, and it will start to loosen it. Now, when it starts to loosen, it's a strange phenomenon because you'll oftentimes see different parts of your body that will kind of blow up. I remember working with a young woman down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida several years ago, and she was going through this 7-day program of detoxifying. And along about day 5, she started out in the morning and her body was normal. She was a little bit overweight, but not any big deal. And by noon, her stomach looked like she was literally 9 months pregnant. By midnight, her body had cleared that layer of mucus. If you took that hardened mucus we talked about, the amount that would fill the tip of my finger when it's dried out in the structure, when you get vital enough to liquefy that and break it up, it would fill approximately an 8-ounce cup. The average person who's eaten 3 toxic meals a day, and if they're over the age of 50, has anywhere from 10 to 30 pounds of solidified mucus in their body. 10 pounds of solidified mucus is probably going to look like the body having to throw off through the nasal cavities, through the skin, or through the bowel, or through the urinary tract, somewhere between 200 and 300 pounds of waste.